With all these new consoles, graphics cards coming out lately, I'm sure at one point or another you've heard of the term ray tracing or ray traced, and thought to yourself, what the heck is that? Well, the basic idea is that ray tracing is a rendering technique for generating an image traced by a path of light as pixels in an image plane, and simulating the effects of its encounters with a virtual object. Jargon. But think of it like this. So the sun is casting rays of light on a tree, right? And then the tree is casting a shadow, all while the leaves themselves are reflecting light off the natural shine on their outer coating. And all of this is actually nothing new as far as graphical design goes. In the 16th century, one Albrecht Dürer presented the basic ideas behind ray tracing in his books, The Four Books on Measurement. He did this physically with a device called the Durers Door, which is a thread attached to the end of a pen that an assistant is moving around the contours of an object to draw. And then the thread passes through a door frame, and then through a hook on the wall. The thread is forming the ray, and the hook is acting as the center of a projection that corresponds to the camera's position in the ray tracing. What Dürer did with a pen, string, and a weight, we're still trying to perfect with computers today. But the idea has come far more fast, with entire movies and video games being drawn in this style of animation to give it a hyper-realistic perspective. But let this give you some idea of why it's such a great feat for computers to even accomplish in real-time applications such as video games. And think about it. As each ray of light, which needs to be rendered in real time, hits every pixel of an animated object, that ray needs to follow an invisible line through the object and not only cast a shadow, but create its own reflection based on whatever type of material that the object is emulating, thus creating another light source that is in turn creating new light rays from a new perspective, while casting all of these different shadows and rays every time your character even mildly changes perspective. So mix that all together with dynamic action and an AI system, your CPU and GPU are going to be pushing into overdrive. Even the best of computers out there will have a hard time doing this, and that's why ray tracing in video games hasn't taken off so quickly, even though the technology is all there. You don't want to create these limitations on who can enjoy the game that you're developing, especially if you're looking to market that. But that's just my brief take on what ray tracing is and where it came from. If you have anything you'd like to add or any questions, leave them in the comments section down below. If you like this video, be sure to like it and subscribe for more content in the future. Also, be sure to check out my latest video on the amazing people that make accessibility a thing for those in the disabled community. And check back tomorrow for the Epic Games Free Game of the Week. But otherwise, I'm Waylon. This is Set the PCs. Thank you so much.